The two teens arrested appeared in court why the DA won't set a bail.
Plus, local animal lovers come together for a candlelight vigil. Hear the progress some say the lead animal shelter has made.
And protecting your identity. We'll tell you where you can go to make sure your personal documents don't get into the wrong hands. News 3 at Sunrise starts right now.
We're watching out for you. This is News 3 at Sunrise with Marie Mortera and Luis Cruz.
Welcome to News 3 at Sunrise. We'll get to those stories in just a moment, but first we want to talk about a wet and wild night.
Yeah, showers hit the valley yesterday, and the big question is, will the rain continue to come down today?
I think we're going to get a little bit of a break, at least for this Saturday, and then we got changes coming up tonight. So you ready for it?
Oh, let's go.
Welcome back, by the way.
Appreciate it.
Good to have you back with us, and good to have you all at home joining us on this morning. Yes, we are expecting to see some more of that rain this weekend, but for now, our local radar showing us a pretty quiet picture. A few blips here and there, but certainly nothing coming down unless you're just north of St. George. We are seeing some rain and snow mix at this hour. Let's go ahead and talk about what is going on outside, though. We got lots of that sun as we look out here from our I believe this is our Mandalay Bay camera looking out off across the valley, and you do see the lights of the strip sparkling there. 43 degrees right now at McCarran, so yes, a little bit of a mild start as compared to what we've seen before. Winds coming from the south-southwest at 7 miles an hour. Those winds are light for now. They are going to be getting even stronger as we get through the rest of this Saturday. But this is what your temperature should run down like. Mid-50s by 9. We should be right around 60 degrees by noon. Daytime high for today, 61 degrees. A mix of sun and clouds, and then the winds, the strong winds come back this evening. We're even going to be talking about a high wind watch and a winter storm watch as well in the full forecast. But for now, Luis, back to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Marie. It's been 8 days since a drive-by attack took the life of a Palo Verde high school student shot while walking home. And the case hasn't slowed down since. Right now, the accused shooter, Gerald Davison, and the alleged driver, Ezekiel Williams, are behind bars for the crime, and after appearing in front of a judge yesterday, it looks like jail is where they'll stay. A decision Williams' attorney says is unfair.
So we show up, we're ready to start talking about bail issues, we're ready to start trying to get this process moving on, and the district attorney stands up and says, we're not ready to go, we need more time.
But the DA says they're still conducting interviews and waiting on autopsy results. Information that needs to be completed before the DA says they can file a formal criminal complaint against Williams. This case has already received a lot of media coverage, and the community has expressed their outrage, which has Williams' attorney considering a different location.
All of the comments and, you know, the postings, blog postings, if you will, on various sites. I mean, some of them are pretty outrageous, you know, calling the kids terrorists.
Bryson says some postings say the two teens should be lynched. Both suspects and their families left the hearing without saying a word.
As investigators continue their manhunt to find a serial rapist in Reno, protests broke out at a UNR's campus aimed at the police chief. And it's not just the community voicing concerns. Half of the police department signed a letter of no confidence, claiming they are poorly equipped and understaffed. Chief Adam Garcia says that's not true and says patrols have been increased since the murder of 19-year-old Breonna Dennison. She was abducted last month. Her body was found last Friday. A public memorial will be held today at the Reno Sparks Convention Center in Breonna's honor. Last night, mourners came together for a candlelight vigil in the field where Dennison's body was found. Cards and flowers were brought to the scene.
We've followed the lead animal shelter's every move over the last few years, from management problems to putting down unwanted and sick pets. Animal lovers gathered there last night not to protest, but to hold a vigil for the lives lost and to celebrate the shelter's improvements.
I noticed a huge difference in cleanliness. I noticed a huge difference in Kenji here with the Animal Foundation, works directly with the breed rescues and is really turned things around.
People running the shelter say they've learned from past mistakes and are now focused on finding loving homes for these pets.
Well, the British community is constantly growing, with nearly 30,000 in Las Vegas alone. And to make sure they're up to date on things happening overseas, A British newspaper is set to make its debut here at home.
Which everybody likes the idea of. They love the idea. Everybody can't wait to see what's in it. Everybody wants to be involved in it.
Well, last night, hundreds showed up to catch a sneak peek at the UNLV Times. It has everything from features on local Brits to advice on where to buy favorites from back home. Steve Lee, the paper's co-founder, says he started the UNLV brand last year, and the newspaper was simply the next step.
There are a lot of British people here, and it's just nice to relate to people that, you know, they understand what you're talking about when you talk about certain comedians or food or that kind of thing.
Well, the monthly paper will be available starting next week, and the best part of all, it's free. Well, we're helping you get rid of your personal documents safely. News 3 is teaming up with Shred It and Station Casinos for a shredathon. Come out and join us today from 10 until 2. We have 3 convenient locations for you: Green Valley Ranch, Red Rock Casino, and the Texas Station. And you're going to find all of News 3 anchors, reporters, producers, everybody here who also works behind the scenes as well.
So you get a chance to say hello. I'll actually be at the Texas Station location right after the 9 o'clock newscast.
Great. So come on by, and again, make sure your personal documents don't get into the wrong hands. Very important stuff, especially since tax season is...
Especially, right
around the corner.
Nowadays, you can't be too careful. Well, their goals are sky high.
Coming up, how some Valley students are gearing up for a career in aviation.
And are you sure you're getting what you pay for at the pump? Coming up, in an investigation into gas scams and how you can protect your wallet.
Aviation pros are taking some Valley students under their wings to help the teens reach their sky-high career dreams.
More than 20 seniors enrolled in the Rancho High School Aviation Academy, happening at McCarran Airport. Students went behind the scenes to see what it takes to succeed in aviation and aerospace. They were given information on different career paths and advice on the course they should take.
Today we came in to learn certain things about all the programs and aspects behind the airport, how it operates, and mainly how to get some kind of job like this, learn what they do.
Most of the students are able to obtain a private pilot's license before graduation. How cool is that?
Very cool stuff. Well, we are watching out for you with new scams that can affect your wallet.
People are shelling out upwards of $50 at the pump, but are you getting your money's worth? NBC's Janice Lieberman decided to find out.
Ooh-wee, baby, let me pump your gas.
With gas prices soaring, the thought of being taken by even a penny at the pump is enough to drive a person crazy.
I'm certainly feeling the squeeze, just knowing they're just trying to jack up the prices and pocket the money for the gas stations.
Fortunately, Uncle Sam takes this issue seriously. Every state or county assigns inspectors from its Weights and Measures department to go out on random inspections to check pumps for accuracy and quality. We followed Suffolk County Consumer Affairs Director Charlie Gardner and his inspector on a routine inspection.
We here to test the pumps at your station.
The first thing that has to match up, the advertised gas prices.
Sign says $345.9, pump top is $345.9, and the pump is at $345.9.
He then fills his special 5-gallon container, which measures the volume of gas.
As you can see, it's well within the range. Here's exact 5.0 gallons. There's the tolerance.
So it's correct and meets all the specifications.
And if you've ever wondered if water was in your gas, there's a test for that too.
We're going to test the underground storage tanks for the presence of water.
This is the paste here. It's clear, hasn't changed color. If there was water on there, you would see a bright purple.
And finally, are you really getting the octane you paid extra for? A screening field test can find out instantaneously.
The result is 92, which just makes it, again, there's a tolerance level of one whole number. So far, so good. It passed.
Acceptable.
So, yes, it is acceptable.
In Suffolk County, 85% of the gas pumps out of almost 600 stations pass inspection. But being taken at the pump can have more to do with slick tricks. A dishonest attendant can play on you.
It could be as simple as having $2 or $3 on a pump that somebody just pumped into a gas can just before you pulled in, left the pump running. You might pay $40, you only got $37. It could be at the other end of the sale. A lot of times people will say, give me $20 worth of regular. Well, if you're not paying attention, they might only run it up to $18 and say, okay, you got it, and you drive away without ever looking, and you just lost $2.
With over 167,000 gas stations across the country, it's obvious inspectors can't get to every one of them every day. So it's up to you to take an active role to make sure you're not taken for a ride. If an inspector gets a complaint from a consumer, it's always followed up. Only this time, the gas retailer has no idea Weights and Measures is on his tail. We had a rare opportunity to ride with an inspector in an unmarked van, which contained 2 gas tanks, one to fuel the van, the other a special rigged-up tank that collects gas for accuracy. A woman investigator is used as a decoy. As she pulls up to the station and gets her gas from the attendant, everything seems to go very smoothly.
Everything matches. We got what we paid for.
When inspectors check the gas volume, all seems okay.
We're right where we want it to be.
However, when the octane level is checked, it fails the screening.
The octane was posted at 93. The field test is showing a 90.8, which is outside the limits of the field test. We need to send that to the lab to verify what the actual octane number is. If it comes back as a failure from the lab, the station will be issued a notice of violation.
All in a day's work, eventually paying off on the side of the consumer.
And right now, diesel fuel has hit a record high, selling for $3.54 a gallon. The 7-cent jump happened in just 2 days, which means gas could see the next increase. Analysts say gasoline could pass the $3.23 record set on May 24th by the middle of next week. They blame the high prices on crude oil that reached $100 a barrel.
Oh, those higher gas prices always come just before the summer vacation.
They do, but they'll probably drop right before the election.
Oh, there you go. Something to watch out for, right?
Right.
Well, computer repairs can get expensive, but aren't you sure there's really something that needs to be fixed?
Coming up, the Saving You Money team goes undercover to test the techs.
And with a short break in the stormy weather, some are thinking about spring, but is your skin ready to make the seasonal transition with you? Experts from Suay Salon are here to make sure it does.
Morning's hard to believe, but it's the end of another Operation basketball season. Last night, 4A state champions were crowned up north in Reno. The Cheyenne boys and the Bishop Gorman girls look to bring Silver State bragging rights to Southern Nevada for another year. First, Cheyenne looking for its first state hoops title since '03, facing Reno in Reno. All Cheyenne early on. Eric Leader drops down the bucket in the lane. Later on the break, Elijah Johnson to Christian Lightbourne. He knocks it down. He had 20 points for the Desert Shields. From there, Demetric Williams knocks down the jumper for Cheyenne. They had a 22-8 lead early on. Later, despite this breakaway, they'll end up being a 3-point play for Elijah Johnson. Reno came back, took the lead, end of the third quarter. They go on to win it. 76-72 was the final score. It was Pat Riley, then of the Los Angeles Lakers, that coined the phrase three-peat, back-to-back-to-back championships. Rare in the pros, even more rare on the high school level because of all the constant turnover. Well, the Bishop Gorman Lady Gales were looking to three-peat last night as 4A state champs, facing Reno in Reno, just like Cheyenne had to do. For Lady Gales, Kiara Bellin from outside knocks down the jumper. Later on, it's Daryl Gaynor to Bellin underneath. Nice pass off the window for the deuce. Later, it's Erin Ellenberg spotting up from 3 at the top of the key. She misses this one, but Danielle Diamant with the board. Miss, but nobody boxes out, gets it back, puts it down. After a tight game, Bishop Gorman went on a 23-0 run in the third quarter. Ellenberg out to Gaynor. The miss, but Bellin there for the board. Little hook shot that goes down. Congratulations to the Bishop Gorman Lady Gales. They win their third straight consecutive crown, 65-48, the final score. The 4A champs were crowned, but the smaller schools were in their semis. 3A boys, Faith Lutheran facing Incline. Max Dunn knocks down the jumper. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So Dunn again for 3. Bottom. Later for Faith Lutheran is Brett Lube underneath. He'll knock down the shot off the inbounds. Faith Lutheran will play for the state championship today against Dayton. Final score 67-38. Class 1A semis next for the boys. Trinity facing Pyramid Lake. It's a Soto Igdeki inside, gets the board, and puts it back in for the bucket. This one being played at Spanish Springs High School up north. Later on, Casey Montanini, he hits the short jumper. One more for Trinity. It's Travis Kassenbeck who will knock down the shot in the lane. Trinity will play for the state championship today as well after their win last night. Congrats to them. The UNLV Rebels have 5 games left in the regular season, beginning with today's tilt in Laramie against Wyoming. So do they have to win out for a chance at the tourney? With everything that's happened at UNLV this week, it's not the first thing on their minds.
The thing I like about this team, I mean, we just have a team. We're not even worried about the tournament right now. We just worried about the game we got on Saturday, and I think everybody just want to win these 5 games. That's the best thing about it. We just want to win these 5 games and kind of get back on a winning streak, and everything else will just fall in place.
5 games left in the conference tournament, and we're just trying to make it to the NCAA tournament. So we got to keep working, keep getting better. We can't let this linger in our minds and distract us, or else everything we worked so far this year will just go down the drain.
Soggy night as the Hustler Rebels opened their season at home last night facing Central Michigan. Second inning, Rebels get caught in a little bit of a pickle and a rundown after the pickoff move, but the progress to second base was impeded by the second baseman, so he's awarded second. Runner on third, awarded home, much to the displeasure of Central Michigan. Later, it's Joe DiMaggio. Yep, that's his name. His hot shot goes by 2 Chippewa gloves into center, scoring 2 runs for the Rebs. Rebels go on to win their opener, at it again today at Wilson Stadium at 2 o'clock, 6-5. Your final score. That'll do it for now. Join me for sports and News 3 at 5 and 6. Until then, I'm Rick Strasser. Have a great sports Saturday. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Rick. The time just about 6:20 on this Saturday morning, and we've been talking about just the I guess you can call it wacky weather over the last couple of days.
Yeah, a little bit of rain here and there, a little bit of a break, and, you know...
But the temperature's still nice, though.
Oh, yeah. We're still keeping things right around average. A little bit cooler, but it's just the rain that which you really got to watch out for. But we do have a break for this Saturday.
Waiting to find out when I can wash that car.
Ah, yeah. Well, you want to hold back on it for today and certainly for tomorrow. But right now, as we look out here from our Fitz camera, we do see a pretty clear sky. Nothing going on right now, at least around our valley, but that is just for now. Once again, this is just a short break, folks. We are expecting some changes coming up as soon as this evening, and we're talking about the winds. That's probably the first thing you're going to see, some really strong winds, and then we'll be talking about some more of that rain and certainly snow later on this weekend. But right now in McCarran, we're talking about pretty calm conditions. 43 degrees right now. Winds coming from the south-southwest at 7 miles an hour. So pretty light out there, but things will be changing as we get through the rest of your Saturday. You'll see those winds pick up. Sustained coming from the southeast, 10 to 15 miles an hour. We'll have some of those clouds too. Daytime high for today, 61 degrees. A little bit cooler than average, but that's expected with all of this stormy weather. Out at Mount Charleston, you're going to be heading up there today. Certainly just keep this in mind. We're going to have some very strong winds later today and a winter storm watch that'll take effect this evening as well. A high of 38 degrees, winds starting off light, but then gusting at times to 25 miles per hour. And I think even more than that as we get through the rest of your Saturday afternoon. Lake Mead, a high of 64 today. Light winds as well. South 10 to 15, sustained later today. Gusting at 25 miles an hour tonight. So let's go ahead and talk about all these storms. We're talking about a nice break for the first part of your Saturday, but after that, tonight and tomorrow, we got a couple of things to watch out for. A high wind watch for our mountains and the western foothills. We're talking about seeing wind gusts as high as 60 to 70 miles per hour. So certainly keep that in mind. And a winter storm watch as well above 7,000 feet. That kicks off tonight into tomorrow afternoon, and they are expecting as much as a foot of snow before this storm passes. We've already had one storm that came and went. That is now pushing off to the east. Storm number 2 is starting to come in, and it's already bringing some of the showers just off the California coast. I want to zoom out here and show you exactly what's going to happen. Well, it's going to start pulling in this afternoon, and when that happens, we're going to see those changes in our winds, and then once again, that precip coming in as soon as early tonight. But this system is just a Sunday issue. It comes in late tonight and then moves out as soon as we get through your Sunday, and then after that, things should be calming down. But for today, look out for highs like this. We're going to keep things below average. 61 in Las Vegas for today, 64 in Laughlin, Bullhead City. And for tomorrow, we'll bring things down by a degree with those showers and those very strong winds. Our average high is 65. You see that we quickly rebound to that as soon as Monday. All right, we were talking about springtime weather on the way. Woohoo, who can't wait, right? And that makes me think of baseball. So for today's City of the Day, we're talking about Boston, and it's home to the oldest major league ballpark named what? 657-3425. Got 4 tickets to check out Mesmerized at the brand new Planet Hollywood. So let me just walk over here, and since we're talking about springtime weather, well, you can't go from winter to spring without your skin sometimes feeling a little funny. Joining me this morning is Connie and Ivanka of Suay Spa and Salon. Good morning, ladies, for joining me.
Thank you.
All right. This is a big issue for me personally as well, and I think for a lot of people at home, men or women, it's tough to go from our dry winters to just the next season.
Right.
But you guys can help with that.
Oh, absolutely.
And you have one client actually who we want to talk about, Brooke. Right? Brooke just recently moved here. I believe we have a still picture of her. And this is Brooke. She came in from Colorado, and she came to Suay and then said, you know, what's going on with the weather? My skin can't handle it. Ivanka, why did she come to you?
It's a huge change going from somewhere where it might be a little bit more moisture in the air to our completely dry weather. One of the main things you want to do is exfoliate and moisturize. It's the most important things for living in Las Vegas.
And is that all you did with her? Basically, the first step was just to make sure her skin was moisturized and exfoliated?
The first steps, yep. Just making sure that when you first come in, when you have a treatment, it's about every 2 weeks, and then after that, it's pretty much just maintenance.
Okay. And some of the products that you guys used on her can be purchased at Suay, right? And these are purchased from Southeast Asia.
Southeast Asia, absolutely. We have an exclusive line. It's called Xena. And these products are absolutely all natural. You can pretty much eat these products. They're absolutely delicious. But we also, one of our popular things are our mango scrubs and our pineapple masks. Those are just like the newest things and the latest. They're very gentle, a lot of antioxidants, and also we also have like our oatmeal mask, which is also an oil absorber, which is also one of the issues that Brooke was having, was she was getting a lot of acne and things like that from just the change of weather.
So you're using scrubs, you're using masks, and do you use the washcloth to apply some of the scrubs on or to wipe them off?
What we do is with the exfoliating facial, we gently buff the skin with a little machine that we have that rotates. It's much more gentler than getting a microderm. Microderm will tear your skin up. This is a more general way of exfoliating. And then we put on like the pineapple mask that has enzymes in it. That's a natural exfoliator, and then we just moisturize.
Okay, and guys can do this too. This is not just for women, right?
Of course.
How many guys do you see come into the salon getting for facials?
There's quite a few.
Yeah?
A lot of women come in and then they refer their husbands.
Ah, all right. So we got less than a minute here. I want to show Brooke after, and she absolutely looks gorgeous this morning. Again, she came into Suay for some dry skin, and this morning, if we can get a close-up of her, I think these guys are trying to get all that situated right now. We can see that her skin is just glowing. Absolutely beautiful, and it's early, so not easy to look all together, but thanks to Connie and Ivanka here, you guys managed to do it. So real quickly, we want to put up the phone number to Suay in case you want to go buy these products or get the facial. There's the number, and you guys are on Eastern and Horizon Ridge, right?
Eastern and Sunridge Heights Parkway. We're located 10895 South Eastern Avenue. Our phone number is 798-7829.
Okay, and before they go, you guys are giving away a couple of gift certificates, right?
We are giving away 3 exfoliating facials. They're valued at $110 each. It's about an hour-and-a-half facial. We'll really get into, the different layers of skin and just really treat it and bring up the natural glow.
All right, there you go. We'll take callers 1, 2, and 3. That number on your screen, 657-3425. Thank you guys so much for coming in on this Saturday.
Awesome.
Luis?
Thank you very much, ladies. A local inmate attempts to break free. Coming up, more of the footage and why officers say the door is not always guarded. And coming up, the Saving You Money team goes undercover. Find out the computer companies that could be ripping you off.